So for problem number 10, we have a 70 kilogram painter that stands on a scaffold that consisting of a 7-meter long beam, and the beam itself has a mass of 30 kilograms, and is supported by a post at each end. What is the support force must be provided by the left post if the painter stands 3 meters? So let's sketch some of this out. So about right here, this is 4 meters, this is 3 meters, and this is where our painter's gonna stand, okay? So right in between those, this is where my painter's gonna stand. Okay, this is a paintbrush right here. Okay, and so he has, he's creating a force due to gravity, and his mass is 70 kilograms times G. We'll just say G for now, and we'll just keep that. But also, that is somehow distributed across these beams. And so I think it's important, let's talk about the forces in the y direction and relate them to torque. So the sum of the forces, well, he's not going up or down, so the sum of the forces in the y direction is equal to 0. The beam isn't going up or down either, right? So in other words, oh, this is so frustrating. So that's equal to 0. And so what do we have? We have the force, oh, come on. The force to the right post plus the force of the left post. Minus, right, because this is pushing up, this is pushing up, the weight of the guy is pushing down, and then the beam is also going down. So we have the mass of the painter times G minus the mass of the beam times G. But then also the torque. The torque is equal to 0 because he's not rotating. And so you have the length of the beam, which is really the distance of the torque. But so in other words, this is going to rotate a certain way. So we have the length of the beam, and then the times the force of the post pushing up, right, minus 1/2 times the length of the beam times the mass of the beam times G, right? So you remember we talk about a rod, that's the formula. Minus, so we're talking about the torques, right? We've got this force is, so think of the beam as a rod. So we have a torque that is the full length of this. We have this torque that's going to go this way. That's the full length from this force right here pushing up, right? because this doesn't move. This is almost like a fulcrum. But then we also have this force that's going of the painter that's pushing down, and this force that's rotating down. And we're going to assume that this is the fulcrum, okay? Because the question asks, what support must the post, the left post support to balance everything out? So, and we do this problem by torque, because if we're assuming that this post doesn't budge, right? And so because all of the mass, or the majority of the mass, is to the left, they want to know how much torque is being applied. And so this post has to object or oppose for you to have rotational equilibrium. So then that means then we have the length that the painter is from the fulcrum, or the post on the right, times the mass of the painter times G. So that's just the force. So, and really what we're doing is, remember that torque is just the radius or distance times the force. Okay? All right. And really what we're trying to figure out is the force of the left post. So now, here's an interesting thing. If you take this whole thing here and you solve for the force of the left post, you'll get this equation here. You get the force of the left post, just by doing algebra, is equal to 1/2 times the length of the beam, right? Times the mass of the beam, times gravity, plus 1/2, or not 1/2, times the length of the painter. The length of painter is away from the fulcrum of the right beam, times the mass, this should be painter, the mass of the painter, times the acceleration due to gravity, divided by LB, the length of the beam. And so on the next step, you would just say 1/2 times 7 times 30 times 9.8 plus the painter is only 3 meters away, and the mass of the painter is 70 kilograms, times the acceleration due to gravity, which is 9.8, divided by the length of the beam, which is 7 meters. Okay. Well, if you plug that in a calculator, you get 400. $441 newtons. And so let me try to sketch this out a little better. So what did we do? Well, we treated it like this is our fulcrum. And we had the force of the painter going down here, and we had the force of the beam going down here. Okay? And so to figure out the torque, and then we also, in order for it to be in a state of equilibrium, we needed one more force, the force of the beam, to push up. And this space is non-existent, right? So what I really have to do is I have to calculate those. Well, this torque was the positive torque. And how did I calculate that? Well, that's just the length of the beam, right? Because remember, it's R times F, the radius or length. It's the length of the beam times the force. And we didn't know what that force was, but it's just the force of the left beam. Okay? And then this this whole thing right here was the average. So then we had another torque coming right here that kind of went this direction, but it's going in the negative direction. No, wait, it's going in the positive direction because it's positive. So this is negative because it's clockwise. This is this is positive because it's going counterclockwise. And that was just 1/2 times the length of the beam times the mass of the beam times gravity. And technically, if we wanted to be real picky about it, we could say that this was more the average that comes out about right here, if we wanted to be picky about it. So we would say that we had this torque here that did this. And then we had another torque here, which was just going to be the length that the painter was from this fulcrum, which was also positive, times the mass of the painter times gravity. And so sketching the pictures is very helpful. Well, anyways, if you did all that math, you would get that your final answer is that the post, the force that pushes up, has to be equal to 441 newtons to keep this beam in a rotational state of equilibrium.